Hey, this is Match once again. Welcome back to the videos, another paid request, this time for James. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting any type of videos, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. And this is for Season 3, Episode 3 of Black Mirror, the TV show. And the episode was called Shut Up and Dance. And this is an episode that I didn't mind for what it was. The twist was a little bit surprising. It does hurt it that not a whole lot happens. How do I word it? The setup of the film is you have this younger kid, maybe 18, 19 years old. He's working, cleaning tables. He seems like a nice kid, gives this girl back her toy. And one day he gets an email that someone has recorded on his laptop him jerking off. Yeah, like we all do. And if you don't do this, if you don't do what we say, we're going to release this video out there. And he's scared and he doesn't want that to happen. So he's given these tasks to do. And if you don't do these tasks, we'll release the video. So he's doing these tasks one by one, whether it be to leave his job and get this box where this motorcycle guy gives him, or give this box which has a cake in it to another guy, which that guy you find out he's cheating on his wife. The two get into a car, they gotta drive to this location. They ultimately find out that they're supposed to rob this bank. One's going to be the driver, one's going to be the robber. And the young guy has to be the robber because he can't drive, so he goes in, and you see he's so scared that he even pisses himself. He leaves. They have to go to another location, and while they're, okay, the young guy, you don't go ahead and have more tasks. You, Mr. Cheater, you go home. And it gets to the twist of, spoiler alert, this younger guy meets another guy in the forest, in the woods. The other guy says, they told me to set up this drone, which has a camera on it, and they want us to fight. And you find out it's to fight to the death. And that guy's saying, I didn't mean to do it. I was looking at pictures. What about you? I was just looking at pictures. Oh, I see. Yeah, how young were they? So you find out at the end of the day that whatever's controlling these tasks, they are showcasing their own brand of justice. Because you find out that all these people involved, this woman that was made to put this tea somewhere for these two to find and take the car later, she had sent these racist emails. The guy who gave our lead the box with cake in it, who was on the motorcycle, he did something, but I didn't understand what it was. But you see that his family's pissed at him. I don't know what it was, I couldn't tell. But you get the idea that he had done something bad. I get the one guy who was driving the car, he had cheated on his wife. But this guy and these two people, they were pedos. They were P to the E to the D to the O's. And I get what it was trying to do, and it was interesting enough where at first you're thinking, hey, this guy's innocent. He's just afraid because he's awkward, he's shy. He's afraid of this video getting leaked out of him jerking off. And, hey, I wouldn't give a shit, but if this guy cares, okay. I don't know if I would call it predictable, because I will admit, I'm like, oh, shit, like, the twist got me. and made things a little bit interesting. Where okay, the person doing this is like a good version of Jigsaw in a way. I don't manipulate you guys because you guys are pieces of trash. And then the final straw is even after it's all done, they still, whoever's behind it, they still send the shit out. So they still send the info to the guy's wife that he's cheating on her. You know, they still send to the papers that this woman had racist emails. They still send the video to everywhere, and you find out that the kid survived his fight to the death, but he gets a phone call from his mom saying, "What have you done? They said you've looked at kids. What are you doing?" So I thought the acting was pretty good. I thought that the twist, pretty decent twist. And then the guy looks at the phone and there's a troll face that the person on the other end sent. So you get the idea this person is in his own way judge, jury, and executioner to the sickles out there. And that's why, to the person who sent emails or cheated on his wife, they did bad things, but your own life's going to be ruined by doing your own things. This, they went the extra mile because they're pedos. So you understand why they went the extra mile of, you two are sicko, worst people on earth. You deserve what you get and more, and deserve more than that. So you better fight to the death and blah blah blah, because I don't care who wins and who loses, and you still don't be fucked anyway. Your life's still going to be destroyed anyway. I didn't mind that. Didn't mind. This is the lead character loses at the end, but he deserves it, so that made it kind of, in a weird way, uplifting. That sick people get what they deserve. But I guess I just felt like I had seen this type of stuff before. Maybe it didn't have that twist, but there were films like 13 Sins where a guy accepts these messages and they say, hey, if you kill this fly, I give you money. If you eat the fly, I'll give you even more money. And then he sees a lot more money on this account. If you want to join, there's these 13 things you need to do. And if you do all 13, you win this massive prize. But if you don't, you lose it all. And with each dare, it's something much more dangerous and or much more crazy happening. And again, it's called 13 Sins. There was another one called Nerve with Dave Franco, where again, there's these dares that they're supposed to do, and they're kind of forced to do at this point. Otherwise, bad things will happen. So that one is more they're being forced to do it. So I've seen that type of plot before. So I wouldn't say it was the most original story I've seen. And again, because I've seen films like 13 Sins and Nerve, it didn't feel as fresh to me as maybe it would for other people who have not seen that stuff. And it just felt as if not a whole lot happened. Like, I was able to explain this 50-some minute episode in, 2 minutes? He did some text, gets a cake, meets the guy, rob the place, fight to the death, y'all fucked, the end. So I don't know, maybe it felt like to me they could do a whole lot more with the story, that there was a lot more obstacles they could have and maybe should have been told to do to really wrestle in the tension of what's going on, and it being one hell of a day, where it's just one thing after the other that your main protagonist is going through, thus you feeling more and more and more sorry and more sorry and more sorry. And then that way, when you get to the twist, the rug is even more pulled from under you. So it felt as if it didn't need a 50-some minute running time. Like, I think you could have told the same story in a fraction of the time. But like I said, the acting wasn't bad. The twist I did not mind. I could appreciate. The stuff getting released anyway. I probably would have done the same thing if I was the person, and probably said in the troll face. I would have set the music to la 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 la. But like I said, if you want to see the tensions really get twisted and raised and even more dire circumstances that played the characters, whether they deserve it or not, I would say 13 Sins of Nerve are much more worth a watch than this. But this, I don't think this was terrible either. It's not awful either. So, eh. It was what it was. It was a watchable episode. It was a time waster. Just not really much else for me to say and talk about. The direction of it was decent enough. Like I said, I think there's a lot more tension, a lot more suspense they could have wrangled out of this premise. A lot more, again, obstacles to be put into the main character's way, or ways, with the two characters, the kid and the wife cheater. I don't know. I guess that's the point, is that it is leading up to this twist. I just trying to make the viewer like, oh my god, you were sympathizing for a, but you come down was a kid watcher, sicko pervert, and try to fuck with the audience on that front. And you have to appreciate that idea, but I think there's a lot more that could have been done with the idea. But with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye bye.